Hi, welcome back to the House of Faith and Fashion. I'm your host, Toby Rubenstein, author of the best-selling series, The House of Faith and Fashion. This is my home where I bring my books to life. Get ready to be transported on a global journey because we're going to London town, darling. And we're going to take a journey through fashion, culture, and beyond with one of the most, I would say, fastest rising influential labels in the modest arena of the fashion industry. My good friend Hannah, the founder and designer of the House of Lancry, who is going to share with us all the details of how she's making this great brand. And yes, I am wearing the House of Lancry. It's gorgeous. It's well made. It's highly styled. But okay. Let's explore the fashion hallelujah moment, which has a lot to do with my guest. My fashion hallelujah moment for today is modest fashion, okay? Now, don't turn away and say, oh, that's not for me, because let's decide that it is for you. A decade ago, modest and fashion were rarely associated with each other. There was always a misconception that it was boring, it was ugly, it wasn't form-fitting, it had no life to it, and it was just very unflattering and restrictive and dreary. But no. Finally, we have progressed to having it become more fashionable and the industry is becoming more inclusive. So we've all brightened up and we've all accepted that covering up might be a lot better than stripping down. So I'm going to say hallelujah for that, because modest fashion is everywhere. And if you have been watching the runways, I am going to give a bow down to Prada and to Ferragamo and to Burberry to show you what you could really look like covered up. And last season, I know they called it quiet luxury. This season, it's called ladylike. But no matter what you call it, it's not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, most runways give you options even how to layer. It has become such a humongous industry that I'm going to quote you something that is just amazing. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. But because I have been a trend forecaster in the fashion industry for years, I don't even want to tell you how years. 2 years ago, I hosted the first modest fashion show with Manna Fashion Services during New York Fashion Week, which was listed on the New York Fashion Week calendar. And it was called Hot and Holy. And it was based on the first essay of my first book, What My Wardrobe Taught Me About God. And it was magnificent. It was the anti-naked trend. It was anti-naked dressing. It was divinely put together and it was beautiful. It had all the modest influencers and fashion influencers, but it had 5 designers that interpreted modest in the most magnificent, beautiful way. So sit tight, because after this short break, I'll be joined by Hannah Suffrin, or I'm going to call her Hannah because that's her name and I can do the ch. And we're going to talk all about her brand and how absolutely stunning it is and the impact that she's making. So we'll be right back.
Say goodbye to signs of aging and inflammation caused by an imbalance in the trillions of microbes on your skin's microbiome surface. The Dermabiome Collection by Green Beauty is a groundbreaking blend of science and nature designed to restore your skin's delicate ecosystem and soothe skin irritation, offering a one-of-a-kind solution not found elsewhere on the market. Green Beauty, changing lives, one face at a time.
Give me that faith. Give me that fashion. Give me that faith. fashion. Give me that faith. Give me that 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 fashion. Welcome to the House of Faith and Fashion.
Welcome back to the House of Faith and Fashion. I'm your host, Toby Rubenstein, and right now I'm being joined by my very special guest who's created much success with her clothing line, the House of Lancry. I love that, the house, the House of Faith and Fashion, the House of Lancry. Please help me welcome entrepreneur, creative director, fashion designer, and activist, Hannah Suffrin. Welcome to the show, Hannah. So nice to have you here. Or I'm going to call you Hannah because I can.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Hannah, let's do a style check, girl. I'm in. Am I in the latest House of Lancry?
The latest, the most fabulous Gia dress. It's one of our Gia. It's one of our best selling dresses. Super chic, fabulous, colorful. Give that color, that pop of color, and staying so elegant.
Oh, I love this. I love this floral. I am teaming it up with my Liat Ginsburg straight from Tel Aviv earrings. I just want you to know she's another one of my favorites.
Israeli designer as well, jewelry right here.
Wonderful. So how did this all start, Hannah? Start from the beginning.
So how did it start? Actually, it started when I was a young girl. My mom owned a studio, an atelier. I grew up in Brazil, São Paulo. I'm Brazilian.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so she had an atelier where I used to come after school with my little Barbie doll, and I used to make clothes for my Barbie doll. And in Brazil, as you know, I come from a very Orthodox home, and I wore always modest clothes, and it was so hard to find modest clothes. So from a young age from 13 years old, I was already designing my own pieces. My mom, we used to design at the atelier. I used to make beautiful pieces, beautiful styles, and which led to my friends ask their parents, their mothers, to come to the atelier and also make clothes. So that's how it started. Then I went to the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. I moved to Miami. I attended the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale, where I studied interior designing. So yes, so it was always in the design and very creative mindset.
You were always in a creative space because you're a creative being. So where did you get the interesting name House of Lancry?
Okay, so Lancry is my maiden name.
My
name is Hannah Lancry Suffrin. And my family is originally from Morocco. It's a Moroccan name. So I am Sephardi and I'm married an Ashkenazi. So my kids have the most beautiful blend of both.
Okay, for translation on the bottom, because this doesn't come with translation. What she just said is that you have a mix of culturally different forms of Judaism, which, by the way, makes the best food combinations you possibly can imagine. So your kids are very, very lucky to have such a spicy and interesting combination.
It's the Latin, the Moroccan, and
exactly. My husband comes from Buenos Aires, Argentina, so I totally understand that's a really, really great mix. And so you went from Brazil to Fort Lauderdale to London.
Yes.
Oh my God! So has London? London has great fashion and very, very credible fashion. I mean, I'm still mourning the loss of Vivienne Westwood and Alexander McQueen. These are top for me, and tremendous talent. Has that influenced you at all?
Yes, 100%.
Any of the designers there is what I'm saying.
I get a lot of inspirations from a lot of the designer here and the culture as well. London is a fashion forward place, but as well as there's so much culture wherever you go. And I get a lot of inspiration, and I also get a lot of inspiration for the big household names, like the fashion households, that is like female-owned businesses,
Yes.
female designers. So
Yes.
it's like we can do it. We can do it.
There's no doubt about it. And I got to ask you, it's like, has Princess or Queen to be Kate Middleton ever worn a House of Lancry, or not yet?
Not yet, but we
your answer. That's right, not yet. Listen, Kate, when come on.
I think Kate will look so amazing in House of Lancry. She is like a style icon. I love that she's like she's timeless, and she's also dresses with like the beautiful modest clothes that it's so just refreshing.
Well, for the audience, we're going to do a little explanation about modest fashion, because modest fashion, like I said in the beginning of the show, you always come up with this like restrictive black, navy, cover me up, no shapeless thing. And it's really because I'm bringing up Kate Middleton, it's a regal way of dressing. It's not necessarily religious. You can, you can be any kind of religion actually, and still dress modestly if you have the mindset of wanting to look regal, majestic, dignified, or whatever it is. So modest fashion, when you say it for somebody like Kate Middleton, it's not a religious issue. It's her position in life issue. It's who she stands for, who she represents, and the whole royalty of it. So really, you could say, modesty is royalty, especially coming from England. I mean, especially something that you understand, and we all admire how she dresses, and that's happens to be consistent with modest dressing, whether it be in whatever religion, because a lot of religions cover this different ways. There's different rules and regulations for that, but it was, modest fashion is much broader. So I wanted to just inject something in here. I know that, how many locations do you currently, I can't keep track of you. So keep track of us. Tell us where you are. Where you going?
We started with our London location. So we have our London store, and you can find us here in London. And then we have in New York.
Yes.
We have a flagship store in New York and one in New Jersey as well. So you can find House of Lancry New York and New Jersey. And also we have a presence online. Social media, Instagram, and a website that you can shop House of Lancry. And and we give like a lot of ideas how to style.
I saw that your website is like, it really includes your love of interior design as well. You create the whole environment in which you wear that dress in. You don't just do the dress.
The whole idea of the brand. It's like a lifestyle. Okay, it's not just only about the clothes. It's about the lifestyle. What brings what, like, we need to take care of ourselves.
Yes,
we need to take care of ourselves. The way that you look, the way that you present yourself, and and I do believe wearing a beautiful outfit can change your mindset, can change your mood, and
totally
be a whole new person.
Mm-hmm.
And
this House of Lancry dress brought me into a whole other. I'm already like thinking, oh, what party am I going to wear this to? So it put me in a totally mindset. So I thank you. I'm going in the direction back to modest. Have you ever gotten into a situation where you got pullback because the trends not necessarily warrant what you were giving the customer?
Okay, so luckily I get inspirations from, current fashion and stuff that inspire me previous, like, archive fashion. And you can see how much modesty is so present from then, present, and future right now, what we're going to be seeing in the fall, winter.
Yes.
So it's always present. So never pull me back. I never have to deviate outside my lane, because for me to stay true to, I have to stay true to myself. I need to wear my clothes. I need to feel good. And in order for me to pass on that message that any woman can feel good and woman can feel beautiful wearing House of Lancry. And that's something that I would not, that I would stay true, like, to the vision.
Right. Asking you that, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna ask you. I have a feeling I know the answer. Are you doing any brand extensions? Like, are you taking House of Lancry into? I'm going to tell you that somebody gave me your sunglasses. So can I put them on?
Ooh,
A House of Lancry sunglasses. I have them. Actually,
love it.
somebody gave them a gift to me last year, and I said, "Oh my, the name House of Lancry, because I'm so into branding. It's wonderful." So you have plans to take that House of Lancry shoes, House of Lancry bedding, House of Lancry bags, blah blah blah.
My dream is to create a whole lifestyle. I want to have dinner set. Want to have pillows. I want to have decorative items. And I think that, we need to make our space where we are, that we surround ourselves, beautiful. I am a big believer in that. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to spend a lot.
Right.
If you have style, if you have taste, you can achieve with any budget. That's my thing.
That's true. You're absolutely right. So let's go into your activism. You have a collection dedicated to support the IDF soldiers. Can you share more details about that?
Yes. Israel has always been where my soul feels at peace. I may not live in Israel to feel that way. I don't think that you need to be Jewish like to feel that way. I've been to Israel, and there are so many people from all over the world who are not Jewish who love living in Israel, and that's beautiful. Okay, since the war started, I chose not to be looking online on social media, on Telegram, and seeing the horrific things that happened on October 7th. So I chose to take into action.
Right.
I got a phone call. How it started, that I've created a line before that with a sweatshirt blessing for the IDF.
Right.
And I sold, and I made money, and then I sponsored something for the soldiers, and it was amazing. So I decided that on October 9th to bring back that collection, sell the sweaters, and the money that of the sales, of the profit, I would donate to the IDF, because they were in need of various things. Let's say essential equipment. Okay. Within 12 hours, we got 5,000 pounds.
Wow, good for you.
Just from a sale of a sweater that cost, $100. Therefore, I said, like, there's a need. They need us. And I turned my store into a drop center where the whole community in London drop off a list of supplies for the IDF, and we have sent over 1,200 suitcases to Israel with essential equipment for the IDF. And I'm
very proud that you translated your creativity to a cause that's so near and dear for you, and I admire you for that. So how can people help you? Can you give any information and how people can help you with your mission?
Of course. Well, by shopping House of Lancry, you automatically support our IDF. Okay, but it's not just the IDF. We're talking about the IDF, the wives, the real. Yes. The heroes at home alone for 5 months, and we're supporting their mental health. So that's part of the same umbrella. Okay,
wonderful.
So you support House of Lancry, you support our heroes, and by purchasing the Zionist collection, you can also support and shop House of Lancry, www.houseoflancry.com, and support our heroes.
And look good and do good, right? Look good, do good. Okay, so we have I got quick. I got to give you my rapid 3 questions that I ask everybody, even though I know the answers good. So, Hannah, how much faith do you need to be in business?
Oh, a lot of faith. I talk to God a lot.
Do you think your talents are God-given?
I think everything is God-given. You just have to utilize for good. And
That's a good answer. And I know the answer to this one because, it's kind of obvious, but I'm going to ask it to you anyway, because I don't want to leave this one out. Can you describe how a person should dress to a house of worship? What?
Modest,
modest and respectful, right? Modest and respectful. So I'm so happy that you joined us, but can you tell my viewers how to find you, where to find you, how to keep up to date with House of Lancry?
Instagram, you can find me on Facebook, online, houseoflancry.com, on Instagram at House of Lancry, and we can always send me a DM. We can have a conversation and talk. And
that's fantastic. Listen, and thank you.
Totally.
My husband, I changed from a bathrobe into this dress this morning, and my husband said, "Oh, that's a really nice dress." He noticed. It's just not an everyday dress that like you put on. Usually, I'm putting on my sweats and running to the gym.
Go out for dinner together.
This kind of put me in a different frame of mind. Of course, behind me, I've got a matching Elizabeth Sutton bag, which actually goes perfectly well with this. Put on my shades, and I'm out. So thank you. Stay tuned, everyone, because I'll be right back after these short messages.
Hi, I'm Jess DeFeo, and I am a social media coach for women entrepreneurs who know they are on a mission to change the world with their business, but are struggling with how to market themselves authentically to their ideal client on social media. I can help you go from overwhelmed and confused on what to post to creating effective and impactful content that converts your followers into customers. Head to my website to grab your free course, Instagram 101 for Business, and learn the strategies I use to grow my business in just 6 months.
Are you into fashion? Would you like to take your passion for fashion and turn it into a career? Hi, I'm Professor Ashley Ryzicki. Right now, you can enroll in St. Thomas University's fashion merchandising program, which combines creativity, style, and fashion with business and analytical skills. You will learn how to buy, sell, develop, and market fashion products all around the world. So what are you waiting for, fashionista? Apply today at stu.edu/fashion.
Welcome back to the House of Faith and Fashion. It's been another insightful and meaningful visit where we explored the idea of being fashionable and modest and naked no more and covering up. Thank you all for being here with me, and a very special thank you to the owner of the House of Lancry, Hannah Suffrin. Before you go with your day, please join me in giving me your answers to my 3 rapid questions, because I'd love to hear from you. So here they are. I'll say it slowly. How much faith do you need to be in business? Do you think that your talents are God-given? And please describe how a person should dress to a house of worship. Take some time to reflect on the answers and get back to me. And you can hit me up on Instagram, Toby_Rubenstein. I'd love to hear from you because I would love to hear whether you agree with me or not. I think that we should just talk about it. So thank you all for visiting with me, and see you next time.
You're watching the Connect Network TV on the CW.
Welcome to the House of Faith and Fashion. I am your host, Toby Rubenstein, author of the best-selling series, The House of Faith and Fashion. I'm delighted to have you all in my home for spiritually uplifting and fashionable discussion. Today we are talking about style and fashion trends, breaking fashion stereotypes, and fashion weeks around the world. And I am not alone. In a short while, I will be joined by the very successful woman who is a great friend of mine in the fashion industry, and she's the executive producer and director of Fashion Week International, Tracy Murray. She is here to give us the behind-the-scenes look at Fashion Week in Paris and Milan, and share details of her luxurious venues all over the world and how she helps brands earn attention and recognition. I actually know her already. As I said before, she's a great friend. She's a heavy hitter in the industry, and I had the pleasure of walking the runway in her show 2 years ago during Paris Fashion Week, which is the cover of Haute and Holy, my second book. Which brings me to my first hallelujah fashion moment at the House of Faith and Fashion. Now, a hallelujah fashion moment is just not any moment. It's the excitement you feel when you see a new style trend that you love that's making a comeback. And let me tell you, my number one thing is that Donna Karan is back. Hallelujah. And she's back with all her past beauties, and I cannot wait to get a hold of that beautiful suit that I used to wear to all the corporate meetings that made me feel so powerful and wonderful. Thank you so much for coming back, Donna Karan. While styles make an exit and we say goodbye, we have a hallelujah moment. And when fashion meets perfection and you know that there's a higher power that's getting in touch with you, that's another hallelujah moment. Like Tracy, casting me for her show in the Paris Fashion Week was just really, really something that she went out on a limb by. And what she did was she cast somebody that was over 40, actually way over 40, in her show. And because she knew that I had a wish that I wanted to be walking down the runway for my cover of my next book, and that was 2 years ago. But I do want to say the biggest trend coming out of New York Fashion Week was over 40 rules. Okay, if you've been hiding under a rock, then you don't know that New York Fashion Week was full of gorgeous models from 40 to 80, rocking the runways, looking fabulous. And another shout out to Batsheva, who did an incredible job because she always does the coolest things. She didn't have one model that was under 40, and she had Molly Ringwald walk the runway straight from her new show. And it blew up all over the internet. Everybody was talking about it is about time. Hallelujah moment. Hallelujah moment. The wiser, older, more gorgeous, refined woman is back, and she's strutting her stuff down the runway. And to make it even more exciting, my friend Laura Geller from the past show, who was discussing how she loves the older women and all the makeup tips, she was the makeup brand behind Batsheva Hayes' runway show. And it was everywhere. But I just got to tell you, Wall Street Journal, finally fashion ages up. And my other friend, Fern Malice, who is the creator of New York Fashion Week, who started this whole thing, has all these wonderful quotes that it is about time that women got back on the runway. Real women, real older women that spend money, real older women that still want to look good. And also another praise hallelujah moment. All the top designers are now using older models as spokespeople. So I gotta say, shout out to Patricia Field, who is the new spokesperson for Balenciaga. Shout out to Lauren Hutton, who's the new spokesperson for Yves Saint Laurent. So I'm so excited about this. I'm really excited.